Next, the Packers visit the Big Easy to take on the Saints, who are without Drew Brees for the first time since 2005. It's the start of a new era in New Orleans, and it's only on EA Sports.
EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to the Sunshine State and TIAA Bank Field here in Jacksonville. Today, it's the opener of a new NFL season between the Green Bay Packers and the New Orleans Saints. Hello again, everyone. Brandon Gaudin, so happy to be with you to kick off this much-anticipated 2021 season. With me in the booth as we begin our sixth season together is, of course, Charles Davis. And, CD, so much to watch for coming up. What are you keeping an eye on?
Well, Brandon, I'm ecstatic to be back with you, of course, and we've got a good one right here out of the gates. I'm interested in seeing some of the changes in 2021. Running backs and wideouts, even linebackers wearing single-digit numbers. But even more than that,
the former Pro Bowler Aldrich Rosas has this teed up and ready, and we are underway from Jacksonville. The return man is Hill, and he won't quite make it to the 25. We get our first look now at Aaron Rodgers in his 17th season now with the Green Bay Packers, and of course coming off a great 2020 where he took home the MVP trophy.
There have been very few quarterbacks in the NFL who have been as consistent throughout their career as Aaron Rodgers. He's been good for so long, and we've seen no decline in his skills. His accuracy and arm strength continue to elevate the talent around him, and his in-game mistakes, few and far between.
And he'll get this one up to the 26. Only a couple for him there on the game's first play, and it's second down. Throwing now is Rodgers. He finds Randall Cobb with a completion. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. It's a gain of 16 and a first down for the green and gold. But Charles, a tough task ahead for this defense, trying to slow down Aaron Rodgers. What would you be trying to do?
I would think about selective pressure, Brandon, and what I mean by that is he's going to eat you up if you blitz him too often because he'll read that and go to the man coverage patterns. But every now and then you bring that pressure at him, make him deliver the ball on time. It's when he keeps the ball, maneuvers out of the pocket, and throws deep, that's when you're in big trouble.
Meanwhile, the throw here is complete. A gain of 6 there on first. On second down, it's Jones. And he'll take it down shy of the 45 at the 46. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down. Now Rodgers. Man open, that's Marquez Valdez-Scantling. From the 41, Rodgers. This one swung out here to Jones. No gain on the play, and it'll bring up a third down. And they're getting him involved early.
You feel like they saw something on tape, or they just have a sense with him because he's had a good week of practice or something in that area that they want him involved. Just as you said, they want him to touch it either in the running game or the passing game, but they must like the matchups they're getting.
Well, this is going to depend on the spot, but it's not a very generous one. He looks to be about a yard or so short. So first possession, 4th and short. Field goal's no gimme from here. What you think about going for it?
I'm not just thinking about it. I'm signaling go for it. Let's get this, all right? Yeah, look, you're right. You know, the field goal is there, but it's not a chip shot. My big thing is opening drive. You're trying to establish momentum. Let's not stall it ourselves. Let's go get this first down and then continue on downfield and try and get a touchdown.
Like your confidence.
Yeah, why not? Let's go.
And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. Back-to-back receptions for him, and it's another first down. To throw is Rodgers. Over the middle, complete. That's Adams. 3 yards the gain there, second down. Rodgers with a give. It's Aaron Jones. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. A solid pickup of 12 yards, and now they're knocking on the door. Quite the opening drive march they're on right now.
It looks a lot like what we saw in practice prior to the game, doesn't it? You know, because on that last big practice beforehand, you go through your offensive script, you go through your play calling, you go through all the stuff and establish things, and it looks like it's going like clockwork right now for them. First and goal, a good chance for our first touchdown of the new season.
And it's caught. And it's a Packers touchdown. Josiah DeGuara, a 9-yard touchdown grab. And the Packers are on the board here first in the season opener. Excellent start there. First drive of the season, big-time success, putting it in the end zone.
And remember, that was done without any real map of how to do it. In other words, the deeper you get into the season, you get game film to work off of, tendencies to work off of. The first drive of the season, things can be entirely different than what you've seen in the past. It's a really good job of execution by them.
Crosby with the extra point, and that makes the score 7-0. Now after the touchdown, here's Crosby to kick it away. No return there for Harris, and the drive will begin at the 25. And we get a look at Jameis Winston, ready to lead this New Orleans offense for the first time in his 7th season in the NFL and his 2nd with the Saints.
This is a big change for everyone in the Bayou country because Drew Brees is no longer the starting quarterback.
Winston and the Saints now with a 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. Jameis to throw it. He gets this one complete to Traquan Smith. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. Successful start to the drive, 17 yards, and moves the sticks. And a nice start there to the aerial attack to pick up the first.
And I think preseason is officially over now. Getting into the groove of the regular season, that's a great way to get started. First drive of the season, what a nice completion.
One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. Winston. Steps away to his left. The improv on the scramble there gets him 6, and it'll be 2nd down.
A 6-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 4.
After 7-0 on EA Sports. The Saints with a football here to begin quarter number 2. As they've got it with a 2nd and 4 coming up. From the gun, Winston. He's going to loft one deep left side here. Thrown across his body, and it's intercepted. Kevin King with a pick, and a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. What a start defensively. Your offense goes out, gets the touchdown, and then you get the interception. Just perfect.
How about the discipline that they showed on defense? Because after the offense scored to go up 7-zip, you would think they might be a little extra aggressive trying to get back at them. Instead, they read their keys well. When they took the shot downfield, they were more than prepared for that one.
Green Bay's offense, here they come again. And Aaron Rodgers in 2021 will be going for a 4th MVP after getting his 3rd last season. And he is back again. It seems to be a story that is developing these last couple of years as Aaron Rodgers and how stable he is there in Green Bay. But I know that Packer fans, they're happy to have him back.
They should be thrilled to have him back. And what's interesting about it, Brandon, is it doesn't matter whether it appears stable or unstable. Aaron Rodgers produces. You remember last year there was all that discussion and talk, and he won the MVP. Maybe you want to keep him in. I don't know, but it works pretty well for Green Bay. The big thing for them is, can they continue to take the ball away and even increase that on the defensive side? They changed coordinators, and I think that their corner, Jair Alexander, is an absolute star in the making.
Now a 1st down carry by Jones. And not a whole lot doing there, so he'll get it up to about the 28-yard line. The tackle made by Ken Crawley. So, CD, big changes for 2021. Of course, last year we had the expansion from 6 to 7 teams in each conference making the playoffs. This year, the headline, the addition of a 17th regular season game. What did you think when you heard the news that this was happening?
Well, my first thought, partner, was finally, because we've heard about a 17th game coming for a long time, and now here it is. So the beautiful part about all of it is that 17th game is going to be like these interdivision, interconference type games that are going to match up and play out over a 4-year period. And that's kind of cool. And I was looking forward to seeing some of the matchups that were going to come out of that for that 17th game. And could that be the game that decides a bunch of division titles?
A couple of first downs has the football positioned at the 43 as they come up 1st and 10. Out of the shotgun, it's Jones. And a good burst there gets him 7 up to midfield. Working with a 2nd and 3. From midfield, here's Rodgers. Setting up the screen here, Aaron Jones. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 45-yard line.
When you lose that kind of yardage on a pass play, you often expect it to be a sack. But that wasn't the case there. They completed the pass. Probably would have been better off just dropping the football and making an incompletion as opposed to catching it and losing that kind of yardage.
And for the Saints here on 3rd down, an extra defensive back on the field. Rodgers going to throw. He's got his man, Valdez-Scantling. And he's going to have a Packers first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. A nice pickup there of 11 yards, and it'll move the sticks.
Now that was pretty. They executed that curl route versus zone coverage, and that changes things a little bit because against man, it's often a tight curl, tight, sharply run route. Against zone, you're just looking for that open spot, that dead area, so you may curl it a little bit wider just to get to that place.
And usually a tight window. He fired a bullet in there for the completion. And now a throw on 1st down there, but it's incomplete. Devontae Adams, the intended receiver, and it's 2nd down. The give is to Jones. They juked him. And good running, going to get this down close to a first at the Saints 35. Now it looks like we'll get a timeout as there's a Saints player down here on the field. Hate to see this. Week 1 of the season. We'll be back. They'll look to make it 3 for 3 on 3rd down conversions. They need a yard here. They'll try and run for it with Jones. And Jones is not going to have the first down as they stop him short. Call it no gain that time, and they're going to be left looking up at a 4th and 1. 2 minutes on the clock, 2nd quarter, 7-0 ball game. And that's off the right upright, and it bounces away no good. And this score will stay right where it is. So distance not the issue there. He had plenty of leg to get it there. It's that darn upright getting in the way.
Always gets in the way of a good time, doesn't it? Because he hit it square, too. Sometimes you can bank one in if you get it on the end of the football. No such luck there for him.
The New Orleans Saints coming back out here on offense. And Charles, how strange. The Saints in the hurry up here. Clock continuing to roll. Winston now from the 50. Flushed out right. And he will slide to a stop. He does have the first down. 3 yards there, good enough to keep the drive moving. Escaping the pressure right. And he slides and covers up at the end as he's going to be able to pick up decent yardage. The Saints going to call the first of their timeouts, as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. They'll break the huddle, send 3 receivers left, 1 to the right on 2nd and 5. To throw is Winston. This is Smith with a grab. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. 23 yards the pickup there.
And Traquan Smith now in his 4th year from UCF, still expanding his repertoire and finding his way. Makes a nice catch there for a first down.
So here's a 1st and 10 now, down inside the 20. From the red zone now, Winston. And that's going to be incomplete.
To this point, I've been impressed with the work defensively. They have not allowed a lot of receivers to run free. And there's another example, another incompletion.
Throwing again, Winston on 2nd and 10. Flush to his right. And he works his way past the line of scrimmage and then slides to a hole. Now we'll get a quick timeout called by New Orleans, number 2, as the clock will stop with 45 seconds to go in the first half. Winston from the gun on 3rd down. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Jair Alexander. He's at the 50, the 30. Past the 20, and into the end zone. It's a pick 6 and a Packer touchdown. 3rd down, passing down. They throw the extra defensive back in there for a nickel package, and it worked out.
And it's not anything that you would think is just great strategy. It's just that when you have 5 defensive backs on the field and an obvious passing down, it's a lot tougher to complete a pass. And on that play, they completed it just to the wrong team, and it cost them 6 points.
Extra point up and good by Crosby, and it's now 14-0. So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. On the return, Deontay Harris. And they'll start this drive just across the 30. Pretty nice work on the return. And the Saints going to go on offense one final time in this first half. And they've got less than 30 seconds to go here, so not a lot of time to work with. Things up here. Now the Saints will use their 3rd and final timeout as they stop it with 19 seconds to go in half number 1. First down, Winston. There again is Thomas. They've gone to him a lot. And he's out of bounds as he gets this down to the 45.
And a nifty catch there for a first down by Michael Thomas. Still getting used to the fact that it's not Drew Brees throwing him passes. Never really 100% in 2020. Battled some injuries along the way. Ended up only suiting up for 7 games, 40 catches. That's a tough drop because in 2019, had 149 catches, an NFL record.
A 2nd down pass play there, but it's incomplete. Winston on 3rd and 2. They'll get this out to Kamara. And he is going to have a Saints first down, and he's going to have it by plenty. Able to get 8 yards there on 3rd and 2. So we've reached halftime here on opening weekend. As we send you a couple hours south of here to Orlando, that's where we check in with a coach and our EA Sports halftime report.
All right, Brandon, thanks very much. And welcome back to football, everybody. We've got a full slate of 16 games here to start the new season. So let's take our first trip around the NFL. We'll get started up at Paul Brown Stadium in Cincinnati, where it was definitely a game with some intrigue, as you can see by the scoreline. Joe Mixon, over 100 yards on the afternoon thus far with a touchdown run as well. Next, we'll head over to check on the Giants at home at MetLife Stadium. And they've got the lead over the visiting Denver Broncos. Sterling Shepard, a touchdown reception. Lastly, let's motor up to the Motor City. See what's happening with the Lions at home at Ford Field. And it was the visiting San Francisco 49ers that come in and get the victory. Cam Newton, 2 touchdown passes as his guys are able to get the victory in their season opener. And on now to a check on the next-gen stats in that first half for the Packers. And despite the big lead, they really did next to nothing throwing the football, at least in terms of yardage. We'll see how aggressive they want to be going forward. Meanwhile, for the Saints, they too have found passing lanes to be hard to come by so far. As you see by the numbers, they'll need to figure that out in the second half.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. Here's Harris to return it. And he'll get it up across the 20 to the 21-yard line. The Saints set to go here to begin the third quarter. And right out of the gate, they face what you think could be a pretty important drive.
I would say so. You know, they're down 2 scores. That's not the end of the world. It wasn't the strongest of first halves, but for them to start clawing back, they've got to start putting a little pressure on that defense, start cutting into this deficit. You can't have 3 and outs and expect to get that done.
On the tackle that time, Dean Lowry.
Well, it's not time to get him established, but in my estimate...
On 2nd and 15 now. Winston. And just not enough on the throw there. Down around his feet and incomplete. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Winston. Eluding the pressure right. That's incomplete, but there is a flag down, so hang on. A big call coming on 3rd down. So they decline it as that will bring up 4th.
And I know that yardage and field position are keys to any game played, but you've got to consider downs when you're talking about penalties, and they wisely did not take that one and made it 4th down.
On is the punt team now as this one's sent away. They'll score that a 36-yard punt, and it'll be Packer football here. 1st down and 10. So here are the Packers now. They get set for their first possession of half number 2. And they had compiled a pretty long drive last time. Unfortunately, though, it ended with no points after the missed field goal.
And that can hurt the psyche of a team because as they drove downfield, you know you're never supposed to count points in your mind until they go up on the board. But let's face it, we've been there. We've seen teams before. They were counting on those points. They didn't get them. Can they come back now, start over again, and grind it out?
They'll go again to Jones. And he'll be taken down at the 44-yard line. 50 yards on the ground for him so far. Throwing on 1st down is Rodgers. A check down here to Jones. That catch good for only a couple. To throw again on 2nd down. Rodgers. He sets up the screen to Jones. He'll be stopped at the 35, but not before he picks up 7 yards. They missed a field goal on their last drive. Here they need something to even get into field goal range on 3rd down. And a throw there going to be incomplete.
From the snap, he certainly looked like he knew where he wanted to go with the ball, but surprise, that guy was covered. So that took his attention elsewhere to no avail.
The kick by Crosby is good, and the lead will grow. It's now 17-0. And right now, Charles, this is about building that lead little by little, and they're able to do just that.
And it gets them past the key number of 16, so this is now a 3-score lead. Not time to exhale just yet, but that might prove to be an important 3 points before things are said and done.
And we will not see a run back here from Harris. The New Orleans offense set to take over. And still no points on the scoreboard. You're coming off of the 3 and out. They're just looking for anything to grab onto right now, aren't they?
I'm wondering if someone's going to take charge in the huddle. You know, but sometimes
they'll operate from the 32-yard line here, 2nd and 3. Now Winston. And the pressure gets there, and Winston goes down. It's Preston Smith. He gets the sack there.
CD, so often we talk about quarterbacks holding on to the ball too long. Well, we can't say that there. He had no time to do much of anything.
And this came from the edge, and those pass rushers, they have so many tricks of the trade to get around blockers. They have a lot of tools in their kit. This was pure speed and athleticism on this play, though, and they could barely get a glove on him before he got the quarterback on the ground.
On third down, Winston.
Airing it out deep for Smith. And this is dropped. Oh, it's incomplete. He had a big gainer in his sights, but he could not reel it in.
And a fair catch called for and made just inside the 35-yard line. 36 yards on the punt with no return. The Green Bay offense ready to take over. And fortunate to get points on the board last time. They had to hit a really long field goal to do so.
The kickers in today's game are so good and so skilled and hit from distances that we almost start to take them for granted. And we can't do that. That's a long field goal that they got 3 points out of. They've got to feel good about that, and they better make sure they love him up because he's helped them out.
Yeah, now we'll see if that offense can put 6 on the board here. We'll see. On play action, Rodgers.
This is Lazard with a catch out left.
And he'll be out of bounds after getting this one across the 40.
A gain of 3 last play. This time they double it and pick up 6. They'll try and run for the first with Dillon. And he'll be corralled out across midfield down to the 45. And now, hold on here, we've got an injury. Well, that's Devontae Adams, the wide receiver down on the ground here. Hate to see this. Week 1 of the season. We'll be back. Back to the ground, this time with Jones. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on first down. After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. Again, it's Jones. And he'll get 4 here down to the 35-yard line. And that is going to do it for this third quarter of action. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now in Jacksonville. It's Packer football here as they've got the lead as well to begin the fourth quarter. On third and short to give to the tight end. And he gets it to the 34. Good enough for the first. A give to Jones. A pickup of about 3 yards as he's taken down at the 31.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
Second down, another shot for Jones.
Looking for a seam, but finding none. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. No gain on the play, and it's going to bring up a third down.
That's complete to Lazard. And he is going to have a Packers first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
It's a 7-yard gain there, and it's good enough to move the chains. And looking to put this game on ice in the fourth quarter, but still not afraid to throw it as they show there.
You want to play the game with confidence, and they have a guy who's in control right now. Their trigger guy throwing it, they feel just as confident with him doing that as they would if they tried to run the ball and run the clock out.
They'll run on first down.
It's Jones, and he'll get it down inside the 20 to the 18-yard line.
72 yards rushing for him now in the ball game. Here's Jones again on second down.
And they work this near the 5. He'll be stopped at the 6. It's a nice pickup of 12 yards, and it gives him a first and goal.
No doubt those are the types of carries they're looking for here, Charles. The lead in the fourth quarter. This is when coaches that have a reliable running game, they breathe a little easier on the sideline.
Yeah, they love the idea that they can take the air out of the football at this point of the game. That means they're really counting on that offensive line, counting on the runners, taking care of the football. Because you're going to tell your quarterback, hey, no time to be a hero. We're not going to throw it here. Just eat up that clock. And if you have the ball, they can't score.
Give him 4 yards on the play, and that will lead us into the 2-minute warning. So it's Packer football here as we welcome you back. They've got a second and goal now as they look to add a few more points here onto their and he'll take this one in for a Packer touchdown.
Aaron Jones taking it in from 2 yards out. And the Packers are looking good here in the season opener as they're able to extend their lead. So this looking more and more like it is going to be a successful kickoff to their campaign as they add on here.
And pardon me, you know NFL coaches, they're on the sideline thinking about all the little things that need correcting. But for the most part, they've got to be ecstatic with the way this season has started out.
Extra point try now for Crosby. And the lead is now 24. So that one a 13-play drive in total. And the last play in the drive was a touchdown run by Aaron Jones. Now after the touchdown, here's Crosby to kick it away. Here's Harris to return it.
And he'll take it a yard or so past the 20, call it the 21.
Out onto the field comes New Orleans.
And let's face it, this drive is not going to have any bearing on this game, but it's kind of important for one reason, isn't it?
It certainly is. You got to get points. And okay, all right, I'm being...
Now you've got to hustle your guys to the line and get them set. Throwing on 2nd and 3. Winston.
It's complete. Kamara.
A pickup of about 3 yards as he's taken down at the 31. The Saints going to call the first of their timeouts as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important 3rd down. And he's got some space here. And he gets us to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out.
What a dimension this man brings to this defense. He had his mind set there that he was going to get in and make that tackle. He really flew to the football.
Yeah, this defense as a whole has really been flying to the football all game long. They have not allowed too much of anything, and here's another example. A great play there to get in and disrupt it before it could get going.
And the final number here in terms of top speed, I mean, that almost looks like a misprint. He was just absolutely flying. Unbelievable.
Winston now to throw on 1st down. And his throw here is incomplete. He was trying to get it to his running back, Alvin Kamara. And that'll bring up 2nd down. Again, it's Winston. And that is incomplete here. Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. Jameis to throw it. Looking here for Smith downfield.
And this is incomplete. Oh, he looked like he had a pretty good line on that one. That would have been a big play, but he could not pull it in.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, 4th quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield. Desperation time. Winston on 4th down. He lets this one fly toward the back of the end zone. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. They had to go for it with such little time remaining. And the Packers D comes up with a big stop. So they tried to go for it for pride, but it really wouldn't have mattered. This one, it was already determined.
No doubt about it. This one was over a while ago.
They'll try and run some clock now with Jones. Trying to find a lane, but instead he'll get back to the line of scrimmage and no more. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be second down. They'll keep it on the ground. It's Jones.
Oh, what a nice tackle there. That will hardly move the needle at all offensively. A very short gain. The second down play, not much better than the first. Just a gain of 1 there.
That's it. That's what you want. Straight ahead positive gain. Just keep that clock ticking.
So it's all over. A Green Bay victory. And this was truly a total team effort, Charles, on both sides of the ball.
No, they absolutely pitched a shutout, so it can't get much better than that, right? The defense led the way, but the offense did their part as well. They moved the ball up and down the field. So you've got to like what you saw. What do they call that? A total team effort? I think when it's time to hand out game balls, guys from both sides will end up getting one.
So for Green Bay, you can't ask for a better start as they pitch a shutout here in the opener. And they'll return home next week to take on the Detroit Lions. Meanwhile, for the Saints, they obviously fall to 0-1 with the defeat. And they'll be on the road next week for a matchup with the Carolina Panthers.